Ever wished you could remember everything like a genius? Well, spoiler alert. You don't need a photographic memory to do it. What if I told you there are proven hacks to train your brain to recall things better than ever? In this video, we're diving into techniques that will make you the memory wizard of your friend group. Let's get started. Step 1. Understand how your brain learns. First things first, your brain isn't a sponge. It doesn't just soak up facts because you want it to. Instead, it thrives on patterns, connections, and repetition. Think about it. You remember your favorite song lyrics because they're catchy and repeat in your head. Apply this to learning. Find ways to make information relatable and repetitive, and you'll start locking it in. Here's an example. Say you're trying to learn a new topic, like the planets in our solar system. Instead of reading the names over and over, try connecting them to something you already know, like a song or a rhyme. Why? Because your brain is designed to respond to patterns. Learning is like building a puzzle. The more pieces you connect, the clearer the picture gets. Step 2. Leverage the power of visualization. Our brains are hardwired for images. That's why we're better at remembering a vivid dream than last week's grocery list. So, when you're trying to memorize something, turn it into a mental picture. For example, if you're learning history, imagine yourself as part of the scene. Add details, the sounds, the smells, make it come alive. The crazier and more detailed the image, the better your brain will recall it. Here's a quick hack. If you're trying to memorize a list, like a to-do list or a series of names, picture each item in a bizarre scenario. Imagine your dentist juggling bananas, while your grocery list items float around like balloons. It sounds silly, but the absurdity makes it unforgettable. Step 3. Chunk information. Ever wonder why phone numbers are broken into groups? It's because our brains love chunks. If you're trying to memorize a long list or a speech, break it into bite-sized pieces. Instead of tackling 20 items at once, focus on 5 groups of 4. It's less overwhelming and way easier to remember. Let's take it further. Chunking works for more than lists. Let's say you're learning a complex topic like coding. Instead of trying to absorb everything at once, break it into manageable lessons. One day for variables, another day for loops, and so on. Think of it like eating a big meal, one bite at a time. Step 4. Use mnemonics. Good old mnemonics. You probably learned one in school, like, "My very educated mother just served us noodles for the planets." These little memory shortcuts work because they're simple and sticky. When faced with something tricky, create your own acronym, rhyme, or phrase to help you remember. It's not just a tool for kids. It's genius-level brain hacking. Let's practice. Imagine you're trying to remember the order of colors in a rainbow. Instead of memorizing them as red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet, use the mnemonic ROY-G-BIV. It's quick, catchy, and unforgettable. Mnemonics are proof that you don't have to work harder to remember, just smarter. Step 5. Teach what you learn. Here's a fun fact. Teaching someone else is one of the best ways to solidify your memory. When you explain a concept to another person, your brain has to organize the information in a clear and logical way. That process helps you remember it better. So, find a friend, a family member, or even a mirror, and start teaching. Think of it like this. If you can teach a topic to a 5-year-old, you've truly mastered it. Not only does teaching improve your recall, but it also reveals any gaps in your understanding. Plus, sharing what you know feels pretty awesome, doesn't it? Step 6. Link new info to what you already know. Your brain loves connections. The more you can link new information to something you already understand, the stronger the memory becomes. For example, if you're learning a new language, link words to ones in your own language, or even visual cues. It's like weaving a spider web of knowledge. The more connections, the stronger it gets. Here's how you can apply this. Say you're trying to learn the word chat in French, which means cat. Picture a cat typing on a keyboard, chatting away. It's silly, but it's memorable. The more creative your connections, the better your memory becomes. Step 7. Use spaced repetition. Repetition is key, but spaced repetition is even better. Instead of cramming all your study into one night, spread it out over days or weeks. Studies show this boosts long-term retention because your brain has time to reinforce the pathways you're building. Apps like Anki or Quizlet can help you nail this technique effortlessly. Think of spaced repetition like watering a plant. You don't dump a bucket of water on it once and hope it grows. Instead, you give it small, consistent amounts over time. That's how your memory works best. Consistent, gradual reinforcement. Step 8. Sleep on it. Literally. Your brain processes and stores memories while you sleep. Pulling an all-nighter? Bad idea. If you want to remember something, review it before bed. It's like telling your brain, hey, this is important. Then, let your brain do its magic overnight. Remember, quality sleep is just as important as practice. Here's an extra tip. If you're stuck on a problem, sleep on it. Your brain will often come up with solutions while you rest. Ever had an aha moment in the shower after a good night's sleep? That's your brain connecting the dots. Step 9. Move your body. Exercise isn't just for your muscles, it's for your brain too. Studies show that physical activity increases blood flow and oxygen to your brain, improving memory and focus. So, next time you're stuck trying to remember something, take a walk, do some jumping jacks, or even dance. Your brain will thank you. Bonus. Exercise also releases endorphins, which boost your mood and motivation. A happier brain is a better performing brain. So, put on your favorite music and move. It's science. Step 10. Get rid of distractions. Focus is your brain's best friend. If you're trying to remember something, eliminate distractions. Turn off notifications, find a quiet spot, and give your full attention to the task at hand. Multitasking? Yeah, it's a myth. Your brain works best when it's locked in on one thing at a time. Here's a challenge. Try working in focused blocks of time, like 25 minutes of pure focus, followed by a 5-minute break. This technique, called the Pomodoro technique, works wonders for memory and productivity. Give it a shot. Step 11. Stay curious. Geniuses are curious. They're always asking questions. The more curious you are, the more engaged your brain becomes. Instead of passively trying to remember something, dig deeper. Ask yourself why it's important, how it connects to other things, and what makes it interesting. Curiosity isn't just for kids. It's the secret sauce for a genius brain. For example, if you're learning about space, don't just memorize facts. Ask yourself questions like, what would it feel like to walk on Mars? Or, how does gravity work? The more invested you are, the more you'll remember. And there you have it, 11 hacks to train your brain to remember everything. But let's take a moment to reflect on this journey. Imagine how life could change if you mastered these memory techniques. No more blanking out on names, no more forgetting important details, and no more last-minute panic before a test or presentation. Your brain is capable of so much more than you think. All it needs is a little practice and some clever strategies. Let me ask you, what's the first thing you're going to use these techniques for? Is it acing an exam? Impressing your coworkers? Or just remembering where you left your keys? Whatever it is, start small, stay consistent, and watch your memory power grow. Trust me, it's going to feel incredible when you recall something effortlessly and realize, wow, I actually remember that. And don't stop here. Memory isn't just about tricks. It's a skill that builds on itself. The more you use it, the better it gets. And who knows? Maybe one day you'll be that person who's known for their sharp mind and quick recall. People will start asking you, how do you do it? And you'll smile, knowing the secret lies in these simple yet powerful steps. So, here's your challenge. Pick one hack from today and start using it right away. Whether it's creating mental pictures, teaching someone else, or practicing spaced repetition, commit to it. And let us know in the comments which technique you're most excited to try. Sharing your goals can be a powerful way to stay accountable. Remember, this is just the beginning. Your brain is like a muscle. The more you train it, the stronger it gets. And the best part? There's no limit to how far you can go. So go ahead, amaze your friends, impress your coworkers, and most importantly, prove to yourself what you're capable of. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell if you found this helpful. Let's keep learning and growing together. Until next time, go conquer your memory goals and keep being awesome. See you soon.